Hey, welcome back to the Morrowind Pacifist Challenge. Last episode, we defeated the mad god Almalexia within the Clockwork City and finished off the Tribunal questline and the DLC as a whole. All we have left are two quests we cannot complete and an island to the north. I have heard rumors of an island to the north of Vardenfell named Solstheim. There's apparently an Imperial fort there named Fort Frostmoth. I've been told there is now a boat and pool that offers transport to the island of Solstheim. We are in Cool. Here is that boat. And here's the Khajiit in charge of that boat. Greetings, are you in need of transport? Severe will gladly take you to Fort Frostmoth in Solstheim for a small fee. Oh yeah, what's this about Solstheim? Severe can take you there at a fair price. Okay, sure. Yeah, let's go. So, welcome to the Bloodmoon DLC. It's very different. It's basically a little slice of Skyrim within the game of Morrowind. And in Skyrim, it's a little slice of Morrowind within the game of Skyrim. So that's nice. It's just kind of boggy over here, but as you get further north, there's snow and stuff. We're gonna start with a side quest line instead of the main quest line or just random side quests, because the East Empire Company has time gates, so we might as well get that started and see how well we can do with that. Now, where is the East Empire Company in Fort Frostmoth? I don't remember. Of course, above the chapel. That's the first place I think to look for the headquarters of a trade group. Hello, Carnius Magius. What do you want? Is this about the East Empire Company? I'm a very important man, I'll have you know, and I have no time for anything other than business. This is business. Yes, that's right. I'm the loyal factor. Not that it means much at this point. Our operations are just getting underway, and frankly, we're short-handed. We could use some help. Do you wish to join the East Empire Company? You bet I do. Your interest is commendable, and we could certainly use the manual labor if nothing else. Hey! So with all business, make sure you understand the requirements before agreeing to anything. So are you willing? Well, what are the requirements? East Empire Company is a business at heart. Applicants should have a winning personality and a strong will. Those with the ability to speak eloquently and barter shrewdly are most valuable. Given the hostile environments the company often ventures into, applicants should have a keen sense of security. I don't think that's how that works. Finally, all applicants should be trained in the time-honored virtue of long blades and medium armor, as has been customary for the company for generations. So yeah, if this sounds like a faction, and those are the requirements for that faction, that's because it is a faction, and those are the requirements for this faction. I'm in. Very well then, you are now an underling in the East Empire Company. You do realize I'm like the savior of Morrowind, right? Make it clear to you now that I am the one in charge. See me when you're ready for an assignment or want a promotion. Okay, what's the first assignment? You think you're ready for work, eh? Very well, the first of our workers have arrived and need to get to the mining site. None of them are particularly skilled with the blade, so I'd like you to escort them. They know the way, you simply have to make sure they arrive safely. Once you're there, check in with Falco Galenus. He'll give you further instructions. For now, go speak to Gidar Verathan. He's down by the dock. So, you're the escort. Well, fine. Let me know when you're ready to go. I'm ready. Gamin, Sabinus, and I need to get to the site so that we can start work. Can we leave, or do you need more time? Let's go. Alright. We all voted and decided that you get to take the lead. None of us are particularly fond of the woods. I'm not saying we're cowards, mind you, and we felt that you'd be better off leading the way. I can at least mark the spot on your map so you know which way to head. Lead on. So, the site we are headed to is a little place called Raven Rock, which if you've played the Dragonborn DLC for Skyrim, you may be familiar with, although not to the extent that this game is. Welcome to Solstheim, jewel of absolutely nowhere. It's a miserable place, even for the Warmbloods. If you want to leave, I'll be happy to take you back to Vardenfell. If you feel you must stay, speak with Captain Fawkes Carius in his chambers at Fort Frostmoth. Captain Carius is the commander here. Not a bad man, but he is a fool for remaining in this place. So cold. If you are here about the colony, Carnius Magius is the man you will speak to. Find him at the Imperial Culture. I've already talked to Carnius. I was hoping you could give me passage to Raven Rock so I don't have to hike through bear and werewolf infested wilderness with 3 unarmed men. Alright, we have arrived. Gator, where are your buddies? Yeah, whatever. Where is Ravenrock? We're here. Oh, there he is. So yeah, if it doesn't look like there's anything going on here, that's because it's not. This is about the founding of Ravenrock, and if you're not familiar at all with this DLC, it's probably going to look very different from what you're familiar with. Well, we've made it here in one piece. Thanks for the escort, Shadow. Perhaps we'll run into each other again. Perhaps we will. Hi, Falco. So, Carnius talked you into joining this little venture, did he? Very well. I'll be managing the site from here and answering only to Carnius. Since you're here, I have an assignment for you. Okay. Carnius sent you to me for more instructions, yes? Well, you can finish the task I was working on before you got here. Now that some of the workers have arrived, I need to stay here and supervise. Here, take this ebony ore and find 4 more pieces like it. Carnius needs some proof to our investors that this venture is worth it, and the ore should do nicely. Okay. I'm
sorry, but I'm here on official business, and I don't have time to chat.
I'm not chatting to you. I'm chatting to the viewer. Just go do your thing. We could go buy ebony ore, but it's literally all over the place. That's why they're founding Ravenrock in the first place. It's just yoink, yoink, yoink. Okay, there we go. Job done. Unfortunately, there isn't a dock here in Ravenrock yet, and I don't remember if it even lets us travel back to Fort Frostmoth. But we should just be able to divine intervene, right? Like, there's nothing stopping us from just heading to the... Yeah, okay, cool. What is it, Underling? Is this about your current assignment? Yes, it is. Here. Ah, save the ore I asked Falco for? He couldn't even accomplish that by himself, could he? No matter. The investors are waiting for this, so hand it over. Here's payment for the job. I don't have any other work for you right now. Come back and see me in about 3 days. By then, construction should be well underway, and there will likely be more for you to do. Oh, and take this stock certificate. We have stonks. So, this stock is going to be worth more or less depending on our progress through the East Empire Company questline, which is... yeah, that's how stocks work, I suppose. I should have dropped Hope's Fire off. I literally just went straight from talking to Vivek to here. Well, since we're already in the Imperial Cult Chapel, we could at least get another quest done. Jellin here needs us to take care of an important cult matter. Yes, you see, my protege Marisa left the shrine over a month ago for those forsaken frozen wastes. Her challenge was to bring the word of the Imperial cult to the local savages. She hasn't returned, and I fear the worst. Who are these savages, exactly? What else would you call them? They're hardly civilized, with all that bear and wolf worship, and they hardly even recognize the 9 divines. Most Nords are too busy worshipping heathen gods like Alduin and Arki. That's why Marisa's missionary work is so important. Yeah, no. There's a lot of changes between Morrowind and Oblivion in like how the divines are handled. I guess even between Oblivion and Skyrim with how Nords are handled. The idea that a lot of the different cultures on Tamriel worship the same group of deities, they just have different aspects, isn't really as much a thing in this as it is in later Elder Scrolls. Okay, what is this missionary work? Marisa has a passion for preaching. She thought she could be most effective by spreading the tenets of the Imperial cult to the residents of Solstheim. It's dangerous but necessary work. Her journeys into the wild have been very successful in the past. Doing what? Preaching to dryads? Marisa never returned from her last outing. I fear something terrible has happened to her. I mean, it's not that bad, actually. I don't suppose you would be willing to look for Marisa. She means a great deal to me. That is, her work is very important to the Imperial cult. You have the look of an adventurer about you, Shadow. If you could find Marisa and return her to me, I would gladly empty the shrine's coffers into your purse. She left here over a month ago and headed north, towards Lake Fjelding. You should begin your search in that area. Yeah, it's a big lake. You can see it on the map. It's right there. It's pretty far, but I mean, the island's actually rather small compared to mainland Morrowind. I say mainland as if Vvardenfell is not itself an island, and the mainland is someplace we don't even get to go aside from Mournhold. Where's the front door? There's the front door. So, we have a bit of a trek ahead of us, and hopefully we won't run into anything like that wolf that just howled. Ah, there it is. Thirsk Midal. Okay. First things first, we need to ask around about our missing missionary. I do believe you know something about that. Yeah, Brynjolf. Brynjolf makes custom for armor, just like there's the custom armor in Tribunal. I don't think it's a quest, so I'm not going to bother with it. Do you know anything about a woman named Marisa? Aye, you're damn right, the poor lass never returned. She came here preaching about the evils of drink. Eric the Unworthy got right furious. He took that missionary and just locked her in her room. He likes to taunt her or even beat her. It's just not right. That Alec's a bully and a braggart and is loved by the lot of us, but he is a clan brother and we can't interfere in his business much as we'd like to. Shame someone doesn't teach the lout a lesson. Well, I'm not about to do that, but I could go rescue her. So this is Thirsk. It looks...
Welcome to Thirsk, friend. You should speak to Stockholder Wolfrunner. He's the chieftain of this hall and wishes to meet all new arrivals.
Not again.
So yeah, this is a this is basically just a Skyrim building. Like it's every building in Skyrim. It's a lot less impressive when they put this in Skyrim as DLC content, because it's literally just every other building in Skyrim. Okay, not you. What's the locked one? Where's the one that's locked? Yeah, this one. Okay. Hello, Marisa. Please, stranger, help me. I'm being held prisoner by that disgusting Nord Eric. He came to the mead hall to preach the way of the Nine Divines, and this is how I was repaid. Okay, well, I can let you out. Came to Thirst to preach the word of the cult and dissuade the barbarians from their love of drink. That foul Eric poured mead on me, then he struck me. I woke in his chambers. That was over 3 weeks ago, by my reckoning. Every day he comes in to taunt me and beat me. The only food and drink I've been given is rotting meat and mead. Please, stranger, you must release me, so that we may travel together back to the cult shrine. Okay. Sure. Let's go. You lead on and I'll follow you back to the Imperial Cult Shrine on Fort Frostmount. Can we just fast travel? Am I getting this game confused with Dragon's Dogma, which I've been playing recently? Will she follow me through a divine intervention? Okay, she is following me. Let's get her out the front door, then divine intervent to Fort Frostmoth. Then she can run on her own, and without me next to her, enemies shouldn't be spawning until she gets close enough to Fort Frostmoth that I could just, like, go into the shrine. That's how that works, right? Maybe where you come from, it's alright to enter someone's chamber and play with their things, but it's not alright around here. That missionary's mine, understand? I knew you were trouble when I first laid eyes on you. Now I'm going to have to teach you some manners. Goodbye.
You will die where you stand.
Marisa, are you out here? Lady, this is not what I wanted to happen. I want calm, yes.
You will die where you stand.
Come on.
You will die where you stand.
No. Both of you stop it.
Picked an easier opponent.
I have the upper hand. Girl, get a break.
It'll be your blood here, not mine. You will die where you stand.
You should speak
Fool,
to Stockholder Wolfrunner.
you should have picked an easier
Chieftain of this
opponent.
hall and wishes to meet.
Okay, so if I calm him before he actually hits me, she's not going to aggro to him. And now we just have to run all the way back to Fort Frostmoth. Probably the easiest way is to follow the coast, right? Because there's just going to be horkers along the coast. Okay, we managed to hit the water. Probably don't want to be in it, although I don't remember if there are any slaughterfish or drew in there. We should be able to hug the coast and avoid most of the critters. I say that and I immediately run into one. Okay, do I have Calm Creature? Will that work? No. God, you too, I swear. Okay, well, she's dead. You don't know how much time I've spent so far trying to rescue her. I even went back to the mainland to see if you could cast Divine Intervention on Other as like a custom spell. And no, Since she seems really keen on picking a fight with the wildlife, I'm not gonna feel sad about that. That's not my kill. It doesn't really have anything to do with the challenge.
What did I do to deserve this honor?
All it means is that Jeline is not gonna be happy with us. My Marissa is dead? No, it cannot be. Oh, why have the divines forsaken me? Marissa was so young, so innocent. Shadow, I thank you for relaying this information, tragic as it may be. I'm sure you did everything in your power to help my love. Please, take this gold as payment for your services. Now, if you don't mind, I wish to be alone. Okay, goodbye. And here we have the big cheese of Fort Frostmoth, Falx Carius.
Just another of life's little disappointments.
Whose name should be familiar if you've played the Dragonborn DLC for Skyrim. He was the evil, well, not evil, but he was the undead commander who was like sending a legion of the dead to besiege Raven Rock, because by the time of Skyrim, Raven Rock is a Redoran settlement, and he is still under the mistaken belief that the Empire owns the entire island. Yes, what can I do for you? I am Captain Falx Carius, commander of Fort Frostmoth. Do you have anything for me to do? You're an Imperial fort. My soldiers have the ability to be among the best in the Empire. This island of Solstheim is not the easiest assignment though, and sometimes it makes the men edgy. As I said, this is a difficult post. These soldiers are separated from their families and forced to live in harsh conditions. To be fair, most of these men were sent to this island as punishment for a past offense. They're not the best of soldiers. Yet. Still, until recently, they had performed their duties adequately. Lately, I've noticed some disturbing trends. What kind of trends are these? The men have been restless, complaining more than usual. They have been lackadaisical in the performance of their duties. I sense a great unease among them, and morale has been low. Very low. This is not normal. My instincts tell me that there is one among my troops who is fanning the fires of this discontent, and I wish to know who it is. They'll never let me know who the culprit is. As their commanding officer, I must regretfully keep some distance between these fine soldiers and myself. They may be willing to speak with you, though. See if you can gain their trust. If you learn anything, report to me. I can do that, Captain. You there, guardsman. Nothing to say. Sure could use a drink, though. Not that Nord swill. Oh, okay. Well, funny you mention that, because up until quite recently I had like 100 bottles of Dunmer alcohol. Something happened to it though, and I'm not really sure what.
Hail, Khajiit. Do you need something?
A quick trip back to Cool, and you have no booze. What kind of Nord has no booze? What is wrong with you? Does nobody sell booze? What's going on? Has this suddenly become a dry province? What is... Oh,
Our good friend.
what about inside Fat Legs Drop Off? You. No. Okay. I just need booze. I don't care if you're devil worshipping or anything like that. Just give me alcohol. A short trip to Ebonheart later, and we have some Cyrodiilic brandy, and I definitely didn't stop at every small town between Cool and Ebonheart looking for alcohol. Not at all. You know, now that I think about it, as hard as it was to find one bottle of Cyrodiilic brandy, it's no wonder everyone on this fort is dehydrated. It smells like Cyrodiilic brandy to me. I know that smell anywhere. How about giving a thirsty soldier a little pick-me-up? Sure, take it. Some fine brandy. Good stuff. Thanks, friend. Just hasn't been the same around here since this became a dry fort. It's ridiculous, I tell you. That's right. No liquor at all is allowed at Fort Frostmoth these days. Captain orders, I guess. Seemed odd coming from him. Captain Carius seemed like a fair enough guy as long as we carried out our duties. Guess he figured we weren't up to his standards, so he cut us off. Since then, everyone's been in a pretty foul mood. You would think Captain Carius would have foreseen this outcome, you know, banning alcohol and the subsequent drop in morale, but apparently he didn't, mainly because he didn't ban alcohol. I imagine that the lack of alcohol might have some effects on the morale, but I didn't ever actually ban it. Personally, I don't even care about the alcohol. It was the priest, Antonius Nuncius, who was worried about the effect it was having on the men. I disagreed, but the question became moot. Our shipment stopped coming in months ago. Speak with the soldiers a bit more and see if you can find out who the source of this discontent is. Okay. What is it you want? I heard you were asking around about this being a dry fort. You bet I have. Tell me. I feel a whole lot better talking about this if I had something to wet my whistle, but you seem okay. I just know that I heard from Antonius Nuncius that the captain had placed a ban on all alcohol at the fort, and sure enough, there was none to be found. The priest? He's not bad for a priest. You'll find him at the Imperial Cult Shrine here at the fort, although he keeps an office upstairs from the armory. Could be in either place, seems to understand us soldiers pretty well. He was telling me just the other day how it seemed unfair that the captain had cut us off from the drink. He figures it's one of our few pleasures on this dung heap of an island. Well, some things aren't adding up. And indeed, if we go to Antonuncius' office and look in his desk, there's all the booze. And skooma. Good. Good. I'm glad. I'm just gonna be taking all that. Just because I can. Oh, he's got a closet, too. Is there more in here? Though the strange lock appears to have been disabled, this closet cannot open without the key. Alright, Fox. I think Antonius Nuncius may be involved in this. If you believe he's connected with the Slow here at the fort, find some proof. If you think you have proof, confront him. Let's see how he reacts to it. Oh, okay. This should go well. Hello, Antonius. What's this about this place becoming a dry fort? Yes, terrible thing. Don't know why you'd be asking me about it. Did I mention how the shipment stopped arriving? Did they now? Well, I have no idea. You've been in my desk? My desk? You've been in there? Well, that's an outrage. Stolen liquor? I have no idea. Well, alright. Perhaps I have been hiding the alcohol. It was for their own good, and I had hoped that if the soldiers got fed up and revolted, I'd be able to justify going home to my superiors. Look, I don't want any trouble from you. I'm gonna have to report this to Carius. I'm finished. I'll never leave this island now, at least not alive. Carius will have my head. What have you done? I hope you're happy. I'm very happy, actually. Thanks for the booze. Alright, I have figured out why the morale has been low. You see that Antonius Nuncius started this whole thing because he wanted to go home? The twit! I could have had him reassigned had he just asked me. Now, though, I think he might do his best work here, saving the souls of my men. The new abundance of liquor at the fort, someone will have to deliver their salvation. Thanks for your help, Shadow. Take these. There are diseases on this island that you have never encountered before, and probably never will. Did I mention that I'm the Nerevarine, savior of Mournhold, and immune to, like, all diseases? I'm kind of a big deal. This weapon may serve you well. Now, on to more fort business. Okay. As I've told you, not all of my soldiers here are trustworthy. Many were sent to this fort in lieu of Ebonheart's dungeons. Now I fear that a criminal element has shown itself at Fort Frostmoth. I believe that there are weapons being smuggled out of here and sold on Vardenfell. Really? Notice the store of weapons in the armory has been decreasing, and I know there is no official reason for it. My only guess is that someone is smuggling them off Solstheim to be sold on Vardenfell. I want you to uncover the smuggling ring, and I will provide you with a bit of help. I'd like you to work with one of my soldiers on this case. There are two available to you, and they're two of the best here in Fort Frostmoth. Sanus Lucius and Gaia Artorial. You'll find Lucius in the general quarters and Artoria in the general quarters upper level. Speak with them and decide which will be your companion. When you have unearthed the smuggling ring, report to me. I will leave how you deal with the smugglers to your discretion. That's good.
Have you found more information on the weapons being smuggled from the fort?
Are you okay, buddy? You literally just... I haven't even walked away. Ah, there you are.
Carius mentioned that you might come to speak with me. How may I assist you?
You may assist me by joining me. Yes, this smuggling ring. Captain Carius mentioned something about that. I'd be glad to help, though I'm admittedly not the most handy with my blade. I believe I can help guide you through this conundrum. So, Sanus Lucius is less skilled in combat than his peers, but he is able to find a more straightforward and diplomatic way through this questline, which, yeah, sure, I would like to work with you. Excellent. Gaia Artoria will have to perform the other task that Captain Garrus had for me today, but no matter, let us find these scoundrels, okay? What do you know about these scoundrels? Suggest we speak with some of the soldiers here at the fort, a motley bunch to be sure, but some of them are fair soldiers. I've developed quite a rapport with a few, in fact. Why don't we begin by speaking with Zeno Faustus? He's an interesting character. We'll find him in the armory. Okay.
What is it you want?
I want to talk to you. You like me, so I don't know why you're being so rude. I need to know about these weapons. I heard you're with Lucius, so I figure you must be okay. Listen up. I overheard some of the soldiers talking about a place, the Gandrung Caverns. It's a bit northeast of the fort. Something about weapons being stashed there. I didn't want to know more than that. Maybe you should check that place out. But if you find them, you'll have to kill them. Unless you can find some other arrangement. Is that it? Is it literally just outside the fort? My mind's a little hazy on this fact. Wow, okay. That works. Your journal has been updated. Yeah, and there's a rat. Where's my buddy? Buddy, get over here. I need you to help me deal with this rat. I don't need you to help me kill this rat. I need you to kill this rat. Not on my behalf, but just because we happen to be there. Okay? I'm not asking you to do anything. You know, if you could see a way through this conflict without having to kill an innocent creature, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. Man, Lucius wasn't kidding when he said he was bad at combat. Okay, now I need you to stay here. Stay put. This is important because we need to sneak / run our way through this next area. Do I have any invisibility potions? No. Do I have invisibility skills? Yeah, 30 seconds. That should be enough. I mean, maybe. Alright, and since Lucius is in this dungeon with us, technically speaking, that means we have the non-lethal way of getting through this quest line. Galturius Spurius. Wait, look, I don't want any trouble. I heard you were working with Sinus Lucius, and everyone at the fort knows that Lucius is a reasonable man, so maybe we can make a deal. We can make a deal. I'll get off the island, leave the weapons behind. You just let me go peacefully and don't cause any trouble with Carius, and I'm gone. And look, I'll give you this nice axe as a little bonus for keeping this quiet. Carius will never miss me, and I'll just disappear. Ask Lucius about it. He'll give you good advice. Yeah. Okay. You can go. Sounds good. You won't regret this. I'll be gone as soon as possible. Here, take this. I found it while doing a bit of traveling here on the island. Had a friend of mine throw a little enchantment on it as well. And hey, take whatever you want from this stash. I'm certain nothing will be missed. Our secret, just between us. Yeah, no, definitely.
Greetings.
Take the gold.
What shall we talk about?
I don't see anything else here, but that might be because I'm basically blind. Alright, Sinus, let's go. And we're out. Simple as that. Straightforward, didn't have to kill anybody, and we got a lot of loot, though not as many weapons. For a bunch of weapon smugglers, they mostly seemed interested in, like, petty jewelry. Oh, that's not good. I don't think that hole's supposed to be there. Your journal has been updated. Return to Fort Frostmoth to report to Captain Carius, but the fort has been attacked in my absence. We were gone for what? Half an hour? Like, even in universe? Wait, something here is amiss. The fort has been attacked while we were gone. We must find Captain Carius immediately. Goodbye. Alright, well, I guess I'll head over there.
Pleasure is all mine.
Vilva Herinia, the fort, the creatures, the Torrible, and the captain. I haven't seen him. Find Artoria. She may know what to do. Okay. So Artoria is in the upper quarters, although she might be in the captain's quarters now. He's gone. Those creatures took him during the battle. Someone has got to find the captain. There was an attack. Some kind of wolf creatures. I don't know exactly how it all happened. We were outmanned, but the soldiers fought valiantly, especially the captain. When it was over, he was gone. I didn't see him go down, so I assumed he was alive. My guess is that those savages from the Nord village have something to do with this. We need to find him, Shadow. What village? They're a bunch of savages that live out on the northeast tip of the island. The Skull, they call themselves. I'll mark their village on your map. A bunch of animal spirit worshipping freaks. Wolves especially. What does that tell you? I'm sure they know what happened to the captain. Now you go find out. They're not likely to trust you, so take this. They'll like it. You should stay with them until you find out what's happened. Get in good with them. Earn their trust. Okay. Why is this skull supposed to help me? That seems a little presumptuous that they would like the skull of one of their own warriors. What do you mean by wolf creatures? My guess would have been werewolves. I've seen them before, but this was different. I've never known the things to travel in such large numbers. There were a lot of those things. I never heard of werewolves on this island. Who knows, though? I've heard rumors that the Nords up north can control the beasts, though. Someday that they can even turn into them. Whatever they were, I don't want to see them again. Me either, but I can't really help that. Because, wouldn't you know it?
The fort needs him.
The name of the DLC is Bloodmoon, and werewolves are a key part of it. But that's gonna have to wait for next episode, folks. Because we're all out of time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.